Yeah. And I think, I mean, I think what is a big part of this program is when you are consumed with thoughts of exercise and eating, you don't have a lot of brain space for other stuff, you know? And what happens when people start kind of working on that and that gets better, and all of a sudden now they're not obsessed with food. Now all of a sudden they don't have to work out 17 hours a week. And now guess what happens? Now you have time to think about, unfortunately, probably some other shit you need to deal with. But I mean, the layers start unraveling, but then you're allowed to grow, and then you're allowed the opportunity to see and fix other stuff that you didn't even know was there, you know? And that's part of what happens is that people are like, oh, I didn't even know about this shit and this shit and this shit. I'm like, well, you know, you fix that, and now you're going to have to fix this another way, but that just makes you getting better. And then it's going to keep building on that foundation. You're just becoming a better person.
I know. And that's what I think, like, and probably you're so passionate about it too, and we are, is that because it's got to start with this, like looking after yourself and putting good food into your body and sleeping and loving yourself again is like, that's the foundation for everything. And because once you fix that, you're right, then you can just do life better, and you can focus on life, and you can live your best life and do the things that you're scared of, because you're not like sleep deprived and your hormones are all out of whack and you just want to kill someone because you want to smash 10 cupcakes, like, and you don't hate yourself anymore. You know, like you love your body.
It's brutal. I mean, I would say 90% of the people, you know, that I work with, more women than anything, the conversation that it goes on in their head is exhausting. And I get it because I had it. You know, it's an exhausting place to be, and it wears you out and it beats you up because you're like trying to become and be something that you can't because it's impossible. Because of everything that you're doing to support yourself. And it's just like you're going up a freaking mountain blindfolded with high heels on with a 100-pound backpack on. It's just not happening, you know? And it's such a struggle. And when we start taking that stuff off and feeding you so you can actually move and get through life, God, life becomes a whole hell of a lot easier. You know, even though you're still going to have stuff, but, you know, you fix these things and I assure you that your life will become better.
Oh, totally.
So
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we always say, I'm like,
you don't.
There you go.
No, I was just gonna say is that, you know, even when I look back, and I'm sure you might too, and I'll start talking about, you know, I don't ever like binge or, I mean, I couldn't tell you, like that was 8-9 years ago when that happened, the last time I've done something like that, right? It's not even a thought process anymore. If I can't exercise, it doesn't bother me at all. If I go to vacation, I don't exercise. I mean, I just live and enjoy my time and things like that. There was a time I could never do that. I had to exercise every day. It would drive me nuts if I couldn't. I mean, and I had to eat and be restrictive, and it would just take my life over. And it was a hard way to live. And, you know, it was exhausting.
And I think too, like, and we talk about this in the program, and I did a live on it the other day, is if you want true freedom, you have to be disciplined, because it takes hard work and discipline to get there. Like, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Not only do you have to learn and educate yourself on food and training, you have to change your mindset. You have to change deep ingrained behaviors, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it is so worthwhile. Like, I think about like the you know, like where I am now compared to where I was 4 years ago, like it's been a process, you know, and I've had ups and downs and road bumps, but now I actually feel free, true freedom from food restriction. I truly look at my body and I don't analyze it anymore. And I'm not like, you know, you're not lean enough, you're not this, you're not that, you know. I don't, like you say, if I miss a day's training, I mean, I do strength training because I love it and I love to be strong and I really enjoy the challenge, but some weeks I'll only train once or twice because the business is so busy, but I don't beat myself up and I don't worry that I'm going to like stack on 10 kilos. It just doesn't happen, you know. But that shit doesn't come without discipline. You know, you everything in life
That's right.
Yeah. And it's harder at the start, but if you keep at it, it slowly gets easier and easier, I think.
Yeah, I always tell people this is like learning a new language, right? I mean, if you don't know Spanish and all you've ever spoken is English, and you're not going to learn Spanish in one day. And it does help to submerge yourself into the process, right? That's why it does help to be with a coach or in a program. all those things are going to help support you. I mean, some people can do this on their own. You know, they can read the book and they can get really far. And I mean, it's awesome, you know, but submerging yourself in whatever you think is going to help you is going to get you there a lot faster, because it does help to have a support system through this process, because the rest of the world is going to be telling you something different. You know, especially with ketogenics and the low carb approach and intermittent fasting and all of these things that's very hyped up right now because it's very sellable and there's a great marketing plan around it. Our approach isn't that sellable per se to marketing world, because there's not tons of supplements, there's not tons of product, it's not quick, you know, it's like, they're like, no, you know, but it's the approach that works. So if you can get into something that's going to be supportive to you, it's going to help you immensely, and it's worth every penny.
Oh, it changed, and you know, constantly, and as we grow and we get bigger, and you know, women get better results. Just some of the feedback that I get about the, you know, it's like it saved me. It changed my life. Like, it's life changing. It truly is. Because I think to myself, like, okay, it's taken me 4 years to get to this spot, but I'm not even 40. I plan to live till I'm 100. So, you know, I've got 60 years left. What's 4 years for 60 more years of, you know, being free and enjoying life and eating food? And, you know, like, it's such a, you've got to put things in perspective. I think, ladies, if you're watching this and you're like, oh yeah, but they say it's going to take me this long, but it's actually not that long, you know, and things get easier.
Yeah. And the thing is, it is. I mean, like I said, when you first learn Spanish, it's more challenging. You got to like really invest in the classes and so forth. But, you know, then maybe go to Spain. But I'm saying, as you start to learn it, it becomes just like this process. It becomes easier. And then it becomes way easier, because it's so much easier to live this way than it was your old way. Right. And then you're like, why haven't I done this quicker? Because this is so much better. Right. And I'm not saying Spanish is better than English. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying that put the investment in and do it, because the result at the end is your life is going to not continue to be harder. It's not going to constantly be a grind. It's going to just get easier, and everything in your life is going to become easier. So that's what you need to know is going to happen, you know, if you continue to do what you're supposed to be doing. So,
and you know what, like, and I always say to women in our program, I'll never ask you to do something that I don't do myself or believe in fully. And I so believe in investing in yourself, you know, investing in coaching. And I continue to invest in coaching. Like, we have a business coach, you know, I have a strength training coach, and I've trained with different people, because it's not that I need it. I want it. I want to continue to grow. I want to be in communities of people that push me to be better, that, you know, have better standards for themselves, and that want to learn. Because I think for me, every day, just getting up and learning and growing is exciting. You know, learning something new every day. I love it. It's exciting. It's like, if I'm not growing, I feel bored. You know, and I talk to, you know, like my coach, like my business coach, every week he'll tell me something. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm like, that's really awesome. And then I go ahead and I do it, and I learn this new skill. And I think that if you can get up every day and you can feel good and sleep well and feel energized, and if you can grow, like, you'll have a happy life, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's a great point, because I think if you can put that thought process into this process, that every day you're going to learn something new. And if you apply it, it's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that, you know, that actually worked. Right. And so it is that, because there is a lot to learn, and but it's stuff that you'll be like, wow, when I start doing that, when actually I start adding sugars into my, you know, my program, I don't want to binge on them all the time. Well, that's so fascinating. Yeah, cool. So, you know, to me, and I always like to have conversations with my clients, because I like to know, a lot of people come in very freaked out, scared. They're like totally freaked out that, you know, you're going to make them eat a bunch of carbs, and they're freaked out that they can't work out. And, you know, I'm like, look, this is your journey. We go at your pace. And if something stresses you out that I'm telling you to do, then let me know. And then we'll do it very slow, and we'll move you through it. And then all I want you to do is track it and tell me how you feel. So if you go work out and then your temp and pulse tank to the ground, that's just information. You know what you're doing to your body. You know that was probably too much for you. So you base your decisions on that, not on me telling you what to do or what not to do. You know, this is a knowledge-based program where you get feedback immediately, because you're taking pulse, you're logging your food, so that you know if stuff is working for you or not, versus, you know, taking a lab and 6 months from now you take another lab and you're like, what you did was wrong or right. Well, you know, this is a day-to-day information feedback system where you know if you're on the right track, and you will know based on the information you're given.
And I think, yeah, it's like, it's just, I find that exciting, the testing and measuring, and the, you know, it's like, rather than just go, I'm just gonna do the same thing every day for the rest of my life, you know, like, I mean, we do similar stuff, but, you know, I think, like, say, if you can switch your mindset to a growth, learning, this is learning, I'm learning, it's experience, you know, it's exciting. But that's probably a talk for another time about being, you know, open to change. And with, yeah, that's another.
There's a lot that goes on all through this, which is, I think, to me, that's why I'm so passionate. I know that's why you, is because you see the change that can happen in people. You know, when I talk to people, or I get emails from people, you know, saying, I've implemented these ideas and I cannot believe how much better I feel. Or, oh my God, I did this and I can't believe how much better I feel. Or I work with someone, they're like, I can't believe I went on vacation and I lost weight and I didn't freak out about food. I mean, it's just constant. You're like, and I'm like, I know, it's amazing. And it is. And then they change their lives, and then they make bigger changes, and then they grow. And then, I mean, it's really awesome to see it so possible with people. And it happens at that foundation. It happens at that physiological foundation of getting them in a good place that their body will allow this to happen.
No, I know. It's really exciting. I think, yeah, it just excites me every day to get up and do it. It's very rewarding. Yeah, probably as it is for you too. But well, we've gone way over today. Gee, we've had a good long chat today, haven't we?
I know. I'm always like, I'm only going to give her 20 minutes, and I'm like, 2 hours.
Like 40 minutes later. But that was awesome. Is there anything else you want to add before we finish up?
No, just, you know what, if you're watching this, because I mean, you know, I'm not a seller of stuff, you know, and you have your programs, and I think if it's any of this information makes you think, then, you know, I think it's important that you contact Kitty, you contact me, and you continue the conversation, because I think it is a game changer.
Oh, totally. And it's like I'm a seller because I believe in what we do. And I actually think that you investing in working with Kate or us in our program, if you want to lift weights, it will change your life. And you can either, because there's so much information out there, and you can either keep going round and round in circles and doing the same stuff and getting confused and getting lost in the jungle, or you can come with us and you can walk with people who've got a roadmap that can get you there quicker, because it's the best investment you'll ever make. And I remember working with Emma the first time, and it was the best, like, whatever, I spent $3,000 for however long. I would have spent hundreds of thousands if I knew how much it would change my life, because it's amazing. You know, so, and I just don't think you'll ever regret it, because you got to invest. As long
as you do it. Or then again, as we say, I mean, you can't just get on the program and not do it. You got to do it. You got to participate. You got to try stuff. You got to do the work. Like, you can't be like, well, I don't like login. I'm like, okay, well, this problem is not probably for you.
Yeah, because this is why we do it like we do, and like you do it like you do, because the client has to be the one that makes the changes. Because if we just tell you what to do, if we give you a meal plan, if we don't educate you, you'll walk away like every other fucking program out there with no knowledge. You know, you won't be empowered. You won't have control back again. And that's what you need. And if you don't put the work in and learn yourself, you'll never get there. You'll never be free. You'll be trapped for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's interesting when women come into our program. It's overwhelming, but I say to them, just embrace the overwhelm and fail forward. Like, trust me, no one's going to die. Like, just go hard at the start. And once they do that and they get it out of their head and they just keep trying, they're like, oh, I can actually do this. Like, this is, and then it gets so much easier. Like 12 weeks time, 6 months time, you know, the women that have been with us for 12 months, they're like, this is a fucking breeze. You know, like, this is, I can do meal plans. I know what food works for my body. You know, I'm good at lifting now. So yeah, it's always going to be hard at the start. Expect it, embrace the overwhelm, and just fail forward and never give up. Never, ever, ever give up, because you'll get there eventually. Quitting does not make it go fast. Like, these women that join our program and they like hit roadblocks and they quit, and I just feel like shaking them and going, just keep going. Like, you've just got to keep going. You'll get there. Just don't worry. Like, we all fail. Just keep going. But anyway, I better let you go, because we've got our 2-day Win at Life event this weekend, which is so exciting.
Oh, nice.
Women are flying into Brisbane, and we're doing lifting and mindset stuff, and Jim Bostock's coming in to talk about the body, and yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to be so
I mean, if you weren't so I'd be over there.
Oh, I know.
If you guys could send your jet to come get me, I'd appreciate that.
Well, the jet that we don't have, but if you ever come to Australia, you have to come stay with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I have a thing about after about 5 or 6 hours of flying, it's like if I have to either go private or it's only can be like 5 or 6 hours away from me.
Oh, it's the worst. I hate flying.
So,
like Lynn's having his catch up in San Francisco, I think, and I wasn't going to go, but then he's like, Kitty, don't be shit. You need to come.
Oh, you're going to come to San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm coming. Where do you live?
I live in San Diego. It's an hour and a half flight.
Actually,
it's like a 9-hour drive.
Maybe it is in San Diego. Maybe it is in San Diego. I'll find out and I'll message you. It's either San Diego or San Francisco. I don't know, but I'll have a look.
Where are you going? What is it?
It's April the 29th, I think. No, the 20th.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, so he has a catch up every 6 months for all the people in his program.
Oh, you're a coach. Okay. So you
It's like a 2-day thing. So I'll find out where it is. If it's near you, we can catch up.
Yeah.
And see you face to face. Yeah.
Totally.
Exciting. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Kate, and I shall see you next time.
You got it.
Bye. Bye.